Hi guys, my name is Keita and I just wanted to come to you all and share with you all my story of respiratory therapy school. If you're interested, keep watching. Hi guys, if you are interested in my actual respiratory therapy school journey, just keep on watching. All right guys, you ready? All right. Well, I completed all of my prerequisite courses to apply to the actual school of my choice, and I got accepted. Okay. I completed the math prerequisites, which were statistics as well as college algebra and anatomy and physiology part 1 and part 2. Completed those, applied to the program, and I got accepted. Now, when I went to the first day of class, we went through class and then we immediately started lecture. After 20 minutes of being in class, it was a brief syllabi run through, and that was that. I had to go to class Tuesday and Thursday, and I had a full-time job working at a level 1 facility in my area, and I had both an hour commute to school as well as an hour commute to work. So that's an hour on the front end as well as an hour on the back end, and my work was 5 minutes away from my school, so that worked out pretty good. But clinical started 2 weeks into the program, and it was crazy. Clinicals in my area, the hospital starts at 6:45, so that meant me having an hour commute. I had to wake up earlier than everyone else that actually lived near the university or actually in the dorms, in which I did not live on campus at all. So waking up, having to go to clinicals 6:45 to 12:15 was my 6-hour clinical rotation for respiratory therapy school. And I was working full-time up until I asked my professor, like, how was I doing in the classes. And like that first test, when I got that first test back, I was like, what is this? Like, I totally failed the first test in my first class. I was like, okay, if I'm reading the book, if I'm reading the PowerPoints over and over, as well as studying, and I have a study group, and I still failed the test, I'm like, something's just not adding up for me. So I was like, I went to my professor during his office hours, and I was like, where did this information come from? Because I didn't read any of this in the actual book, as well as it was not presented in the PowerPoint, and you did not cover this in lecture. So I was like, well, how is your test being structured? So he told me, and I was like, okay. So I was like, I need to switch up my study routine. And I did, because what I was doing for community college did not work for me when I got to university. It was a totally different ball game, and I was like, what is this? So I switched up my study routine, and I started studying a lot more with another girl that was in my program as well. And she actually texted me during finals week, and she asked me, she was like, Keita, are we on the total grading scale or are we on a weighted grading scale? And I was like, well, as long as I've been going to college, I have always been on the total grading scale. Now, the weighted grading scale is a little bit different, and I'll get into that in a minute. But when she asked me, I was like, yeah, we're on the total grading scale. So for clarification, she emailed our professor, and like the day after we had submitted our teacher evaluations for the class, he emailed her back and was like, oh, well, you're on the weighted grading scale. And I'm like, this is the day before finals, and he waited until the course and class evaluations were completed before he even told us that we were on a weighted grading scale. So I'm like, a weighted grading scale? I was like, how in the world did we go all semester and did not know that we were on a weighted grading scale? She was like, oh my God, Keita, I had 77, which was a C in my area, a high C, 3 points from a B, which is an 80. So my weighted grading scale was a 67. So I'm like, if we're on a weighted grading scale, that means I'm failing this class. But when I went to his office hours, he said nothing about it. I was like, okay. So I started putting 2 and 2 together. I was like, okay, so if I have a 67 in this class, that means I failed. I was like, okay. So in our reality, it was like, I had given up at that point. I was like, you know what? Bump this, I'm done. But I kept going. I took my final exam and final grades posted, and I still had a 78 now. Because a final exam is only to not pass you or not fail you with the program that I was in. So long story short, I failed the actual respiratory therapy program, and I received a programmatic dismissal from the actual program. And when I tell you, I already knew, but it didn't make sense to me as to why my professor didn't tell us day one when we went over the actual syllabus to inform me that we were on a weighted grading scale. So I was like, dang. So when I got the email from the program head of my program, he sent me the programmatic dismissal and told me that I was dismissed from the program. So I was like, oh my God, what is this? So I was like, all right, whatever. So when I tell y'all I got depressed. I didn't want to do nothing. It was like I just wanted to stay in the bed all the time. I was moody, didn't want to be around my family. It was like crazy for me. I'm trying not to cry, y'all, but it hurt me so bad to know that I tried so hard, went to my professors for help, and they were just not helpful. And it was to the point where if you asked the question, they got upset, and I was like, wow. So I just wanted to come to you all and let you all know that wherever you are in life, don't let your struggles, your challenges, or your obstacles defeat you. Because there are other people out here like you that is struggling, that have had many obstacles, because I'm one of them. And I wanted to come to you all and let you know that we have got to get out of this funk. We have got to stay encouraged. We have to inspire each other to do better. Because I don't know about any of you all, but my struggles may be different from yours, and yours may be different from mine. We all out here on different levels, and we all trying to succeed at the end of the day, regardless. And I know that there are people out here that are trying to make it and ask for help and didn't receive it, just like I did. But I just wanted to come to you all and let you all know that I'm not giving up on myself, on my dreams, of becoming a registered respiratory therapist, because this is what I was actually meant to do. It's my calling and I feel it. But I wanted to let you all know that I'm not giving up. I have actually recently applied to 2 other respiratory therapy programs in my area, and they have actually sent me the applications, and I've actually applied to both. And here in February, I should be knowing whether or not I'm accepted into their program, which they are at a community college, in which that's where I started from. And I was trying to venture out, trying to go to university, and university was not for me. That's just me. University is not for me. However, community college is where I started at, and community college has not done me wrong. So I'm here to tell you all that it's not over. Whatever your obstacles are, they can be defeated. And stay prayed up, and you got this. You just gotta roll with the punches and see exactly what it is that you want to do. Even if you have to take a quiz online to see what medical profession best fits you and what you are capable of doing, you have to be able to do this career for forever. Well, not forever. You have to be able to be happy when you go punch in. You have to be happy in what you're doing, because if you don't like what you're doing, you're going to find something else to do. But I'm sticking to my guns, y'all, and I'm here to inspire and encourage you all, and I'm not going to give up. I have already applied. All I'm doing is just waiting on the mailman to let me know whether or not I'm accepted into the programs, and maybe you all will help me choose which next program that I'll venture into. All right, guys, that's the end of this video.